Your problem is not that you don't know how to invest your money well. Your problem is not that you're spending too much money and need to save and be frugal. All of the nonsense that you see online is absolutely untrue. What you need is you need to be able to make a bucket load of money. You need fast pound, and then you can invest that strategically into property deals or whatever you want to invest it in. Now, this is not just me. I'm very good at making money. I've made millions and millions of pounds, but I've also trained thousands of people. I'm going to introduce you in a moment to a lady called Andrea. Now, Andrea was working in an agency in Romania. She came to England. She has collected cash in her bank over £100,000 in 4 months. I mean, this is just undeniable.
I nearly fell off my chair when you told me how many deals that you were packaging and selling. How many deals have you sold to date? 34 deals. And how much have you made from deal selling?
Approximately 97K. 97K. So make those calls. I used to make 200 calls a day just to make sure that I convince the agents.
How do you make 200 calls a day?
Oh, I was so committed. I said, this has to work. It's like, I know it's going to work.
Yeah. We even had a company come in, Survation, and they looked at all of our academy members and worked out that 86% of my students were doing property deals actively within their first year on the academy. Andrea has now secured a purchase option agreement. That's when you buy a house, basically with no money. But she didn't buy a house, she's just bought a hotel on an option agreement.
Yes. So actually I moved to the UK like 10 years ago. In Romania, I was working in sales. It was great, but the fact that I was living in a small city made me decide to actually move to London because I visited London once. I liked it. I decided to move just to provide, like a better future for my future children and also for myself.
She lays it all out. She talks about the struggles, the rejections, the challenges as well, and you can follow her journey and do the exact same thing. There is a revolution happening right now. Get involved, but start by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Samuel Leeds Success Stories. I'm your host, Patricia Masuda, and today we are sitting with the one and only Andreea Blagg. Welcome, Andrea.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, thank you for being here. And I remember you've got such a distinct look too. So every time I see you at one of these events, like all the dinners, I always run over and give you a big hug. And you're just such a sweetheart. So I'm really glad to have this opportunity. We were on the phone doing just a regular accountability call. And I'm like, how much are you making? We need to sit you down and do success stories. So here we are. And you're a woman of action. So I was really excited to read about you when you completed your information. So what I would really like to know is a little bit before you arrived in the UK. What were you doing you were from Romania?
Yes. So actually I moved to the UK like 10 years ago. So that was back in 2015. And in Romania, I was working in sales. It was great, but the fact that I was living in a small city that made me decide to actually move to London because I visited London once. I liked it. And I said, yes, I think that would be good. So I started planning for that. And yes, I decided to move just to provide, like a better future for my future children and also for myself, just to have a better life.
That is so brave too, to just sort of pick up and go to another country, especially when English isn't your first language.
Yes.
And to go to like London. I mean, oh my goodness, what did your family think?
So my mom was keep advising me not to leave, especially because I studied back home. So I studied law and marketing, and I had I also had I've done a master's degree, and she said, no, you shouldn't go because you'll start from scratch, from the beginning, and you should focus on something here. And but still, I decided to go. I said, it'll be fine.
How old
I have
were
a
you?
feeling 28 at the time.
Oh my God, a little baby, 28.
Kind of, but it was exciting.
Yeah.
I was really happy. I knew exactly what I want. And after all, she understood and she supported me. So that was good.
And so, and then when you arrived here, how was it easy to get a job?
Well, it wasn't easy at all, actually. I don't know if it was the same for other people that moved here before from other countries, but for me, I had to apply to approximately 300 jobs. I know that I was counting every single application, even if I was tailoring the application towards a specific job. And only after a while, I managed to get an interview, and I was quite excited. And even with that interview, let's say it didn't go very well at first because of my language barrier. So there was an issue there, and I didn't know if I'll get the job. So I managed to convince them, and it's good they have given me a chance. And
Wow. Okay. So you're doing sales, you're in London, living your best life. Why change that into something risky like property?
So actually, I realized that I had this passion since many years because I was watching so many shows and so many things online, and since a few years actually. But I realized that I wouldn't want to be a real estate agent because I have to go back, and I know the salary is not that great to start with. So I just put that aside, and I said, no, I don't think it's for me. Until one day when I decided to resign from my previous role. And then, yes, I discovered Samuel, and that's how everything started.
Wow. Okay. So did you go start at the crash course like everybody else?
Yes.
Okay. What were your impressions going into a crash course?
Actually, that crash course was different than any other crash course, I think, in my opinion.
They always are.
They always are, yes. Very unique and very exciting. So actually, I remember like it was yesterday. This was last year in August 2024. So I go to this crash course with no expectations at all. And I go inside, and then I start feeling this energy in the room. And then also Samuel sharing so much about property. And I feel like I'm learning, like there was so much value. And it changed my perception, my mindset, and instantly I felt like, that's it, this is for me. But then what he said at some point during that time on that day, he actually said, I want to introduce you guys to, I don't know if you've heard of the Eviction Show. I need to introduce you to Elijah and Becky because they're two competitors. Like, they're in this competition. And I didn't know at that time.
So you were at that crash course that is on the show, The Eviction.
Exactly.
Wow, that is so fun.
And
so
then,
that was a special one, then you're right.
Yes, it was really special because I see them there, and then I see their passion, their drive, their energy. They went on stage, they shared their journey. And then I realized, actually, you know what? Like, I love this. I feel inspired. I can do this as well. Like, I feel like anyone can do it as long as you're in the right community and you receive the right mentorship. And that's when I signed up for the first course, the BRR course, actually, and then the academy.
There you go. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so fast forward, you're in the academy. You're doing all of your training. Was it kind of what you expected?
Actually, I must say it wasn't how I expected. So much better. Like the amount of value, and even the fact that it has changed my life completely. So first thing, like just being able to check with the mentors all the time, every single deal I'm finding or every single property, every single opportunity. And then we have, Anthony, he's great. He's always assessing everything. We have Tatiana for legals. And then it's just incredible. All these people like have so much knowledge and also accountancy, and they're only a call away. And then also what actually changed for me after I joined the academy is the fact that we had the academy dinner. It was during that week when I was attending the BRR course. And I remember that I've seen so many people that, of course, the energy was uplifting. It was amazing, fabulous. But at the same time, I realized that everyone is so supportive. Everyone is so humble. Everyone wants to see you succeed. Everyone wants to help, to share their stories. Doesn't matter if they are, multimillionaire, if they are very, successful. They're wonderful people. And I wasn't used to that because sometimes in certain jobs, like people keep some of their cards,
there's competition, there's climbing that corporate ladder, there's backstabbing, and it can get really ruthless in other industries. I come from the car business. You don't really get much more ruthless than that, right?
Yes.
So, and you're right, here in the academy, it's totally different. We're also supportive. We want to help each other. We're just continuously pulling each other along. What kind of advice would you give somebody who is sort of quiet in the background, shy, and maybe doesn't take advantage of the mentorship and the events?
Yes, I think what's really important, some people might work better in a partnership. So what worked for me is that literally I found my business partner during that course, the BRR course. That was on the first day. So that's the first thing that matters. I think that's that's speeding up the process and having just that support every day, all day, every day. But then also it's to take action and yes, to be in the right community, and then of course to use these calls, be in contact with the mentors, because this is like you have to follow the blueprint and what Samuel advises, and then also the mentors, because they know exactly what they're doing. They have the right expertise and knowledge, and that's what helped me. I was doing exactly what they were telling me. And yes, to take action and to make sure you're driven, you're resilient, because you'll go through so many things. Every single day is like a battle, and you need to find a solution, because there are many things that happen, especially in the deal sourcing, deal selling world.
Right.
It's a lot of negotiation.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
I nearly fell off my chair when you told me how many deals that you were packaging and selling. So you have to date, how many deals have you sold to date?
34
deals. Yes. And that's within a time span of, when did you first sell your first deal to now? Like,
it is like I can say it's like a year. However, we haven't focused on deal sourcing and deal selling from December until April, because we wanted to focus more on management, and we wanted to help some of the investors in staging their properties, in managing the properties. Yeah. And we felt like that's our passion. And then we realized it's not really for us. So we came back to our first love, the essays, and then also... yes.
So actively selling deals, yes. Kind of really focused on deal selling since about April.
Yes,
and
actively, yes.
So really actively focused on deal selling. And how much have you made from deal selling?
Approximately 97K. 97K. So that's like...
97,000 pounds, selling 34 deals within about 4 months' time.
Yes, 4 months. And I can count as well. This is also with October, November, sorry. That was another time when we started.
Okay.
Because my first deal was within 2 weeks in the academy, because I decided one day to reach out to people, to landlords on Gumtree and everywhere, to make those calls. I used to make 200 calls a day just to make sure that I convince the agents.
How do you make 200 calls a day?
Oh, I was so committed. I said, this has to work. It's like, I know it's going to work. Yeah. I'm not giving up. I know it's hard, but because I've been working in sales for a long time, for like 12 years, I'm used to face rejection. So it's okay. I'm used to that.
Right. You were trained and built for this, right?
I think so. And that worked out well, because I managed to speak with the landlord. I went to Liverpool literally the next day after I spoke with him, and I negotiated a lease option agreement. And I remember I printed a head of terms, and he has signed, and we agreed on that. It was exciting. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, this is happening. Yeah. It's working.
And so are you selling the deals through private, direct to investors, or through Deal Connect, which is that deal selling platform that Samuel built for us?
Yes, I have used Deal Connect a lot. Yeah. It's very useful. And also I think it's... thanks to Anthony as well, of course. He's actually checking and fully vetting every single deal, and we discuss about every single deal we have. Yeah. But that's really good. We have used the platform. We have private investors as well. Yeah. And we also have bespoke investors. So now we're trying to find more like commercial properties, hotels, commercial conversions, and also BRRs.
And did you learn all of this through the academy?
Actually, I knew nothing before joining. I had no idea.
You just took all the training and implemented it. Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with you, Andrea, honestly. And okay, so you're a deal selling machine with Lorraine. Lorraine is your business partner who you met in the academy. I love Lorraine and Gonzalo.
Yes, and Gonzalo.
And all from the academy. What kind of advice could you give somebody who maybe doesn't, how does one find a strong partner to work with who you can kind of motor at the same pace?
Actually, yes. I know it might be a bit challenging at first to find someone that's on the same page with you. But because you're in the right community, how we are in the academy, and there are so many people that are wonderful. Everyone is wonderful and great. It's quite hard not to find someone.
It's hard not to find.
Yes, that has the same goals, the same vision, the same mindset. And it was quite easy to find each other and start working together. And even if we have like strong characters, we all have the same purpose, and we don't forget our why, our mission, and why we are here in the first place. So it's working really well for us. We all have different responsibilities. So it's very well structured, and we're trying to fully systemize the business, and it's going well.
I remember when I first joined the academy, I heard Samuel say something like, you can go fast alone or you can go far together. And I think that's from Jim Rohn, right? And who's like the godfather of motivational speaking. And so I always held that close to my heart because I'm like, well, I always found that I was an independent, fast, just do it yourself kind of person.
Same.
But as soon as you start to sort of like pull off of complement each other's strengths, people can fill in my weaknesses because we're not perfect, right? As much as we think we are, we're not perfect.
No, I know that.
And then you can sort of work well together. And then the accountability, right?
Yes.
I can let myself down, but I can't let anybody else down.
So true.
Right? So you and
Yes.
Lorraine kind of keep yourselves going.
I really like this. Like the fact that because at the beginning I was saying to myself, like, oh, obviously I needed to shift my mindset. This was the hardest part, to actually elevate my mindset and to be more open-minded, to embrace this, the change and everything, to change the thermostat, how Samuel says.
Yeah.
And it was really, really tough. But then working this partnership with Lorraine has been really good. And also with Gonzalo. So that worked in our favor. Yes.
So I remember. Samuel posts something. What did he post? And then you guys got into a plane.
Oh God. Like, you know what happened? Like, yes, like I remember because I used to speak with Asim as well. So I know that he had like a retreat.
Love
And,
Asim.
yeah, so I spoke with him. So he called me. He's like, oh, there's this event which I already knew about, and I was trying to book tickets. And he said like, you should book the tickets. Let's go. We're going to Dubai around the same time anyway. And that's it. I booked the tickets. I called Lorraine and I said, she was actually at work. I said, let's get the tickets. We have to leave tomorrow. She said, what?
We have to leave tomorrow to go to Dubai for a huge networking opportunity.
To Dubai, yes. And then she was like, okay, are you sure what's happening right now? Are you sure we are doing this? And I said, yes, it'll be exciting. Let's go.
And it was a huge group of people.
So many people.
Everybody just hops on. I've got plane envy because I'm still securing my visa. And so, I couldn't, I was so impressed.
Sorry. I couldn't make it, but it's okay. We'll go there again for sure, right? So,
all right. So deal selling. And let's talk a little bit about your rent to rent. So how many rent to rents do you have in your portfolio?
So we have 7 rent to rents, but we are planning to acquire a hotel this month on lease option agreement.
Okay.
We are negotiating.
What are the numbers for the hotel? Let's run through them.
Ooh.
Let's start from the
going
beginning.
for the numbers,
how did you get this opportunity? How did you find it?
So actually, okay, so what we realized is that lately we managed to build stronger relationships with the agents. Yeah. So I think that's really good because they will be able to put you in touch with the right people. They'll have off-the-market opportunities, and then they will say, okay, this will be right for you because I know what you're looking for. I trust you. We've worked together. So I think that's the best way. And in terms of the numbers with the hotel, like, it's quite good, actually. We're excited. We're still running for all the numbers.
Where is the hotel?
It's outside London, so it's not in London. So one of us might have to move there to take care of the hotel and manage it.
Where is it outside of London?
It's somewhere around Manchester area.
Oh,
so.
Wow. Okay, that is outside of London.
Yes, it's quite far. So we are trying to make some plans to think what would work.
Sorry, how big is the hotel?
Around 50 rooms.
Oh, my Lanta. So... Okay, go on. Yeah. So what are the numbers then? So it's a lease option agreement, which means, for anybody who doesn't know.
Yes, a lease option agreement, which means that we can rent the hotel now from the owner, and we can purchase the hotel within a few years' time. It can be between 7 and 10 years. That's our plan. I'm still yet to negotiate fully with the owner. I have a meeting this week, so
okay.
I think I would rather negotiate first, and then I will confirm.
Tell us all later.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to follow Andrea on her Instagram. What is your Instagram?
Oh, it's Andreea Blagg, exactly my name.
Andreea Blagg.
Thank you.
And then we'll find out later what happens, right?
Hope so.
So, well, good luck with that. And you've got all of the tools and support here to make sure you get that deal over the line. Does Samuel know about this hotel?
I don't think. This happened so quick. It was in the last few days, like literally, since last week. So, no, not really. We haven't shared much.
He's going to know now. The whole world's going to know soon. So hopefully, not hopefully. I mean, you've got, again, the whole support team. to get you there. There are huge Academy members in the Manchester area who will help you as well if you need anything.
Great.
Have you been to the Inner Circle in Manchester?
Not in Manchester, no, but we do have so many like friends and connections, and that's a good part about the Academy.
Yeah.
I've made so many friends, and they're lifelong friends, and it's not just building these fruitful business relationships and partnerships. It's actually having this real friendship that lasts forever. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, I feel blessed now. My life has changed so much in the last year. I never thought
What's
this would happen.
changed in your life?
First of all, I think it's my mindset. The fact that I came here with limiting beliefs, and then just changing everything, being open-minded, learning so much, and then being able to actually maybe, to resign. Even the fact I resigned for me was a big thing. And especially when I was trying to find a job, I think I've been on that role for like 6 months. And normally I have my jobs for like 3 years or even longer, 7 or... and it was after having my baby as well. I have a little girl.
Oh, how old is your little girl?
She's 2.5 years old.
Oh,
She's
so cute. Yeah, of course she's adorable. She's your girl, right? Of course.
But yes, like the fact that, so what changed was I had her, after I had her, because I remember I was working in that job until late at night on a Friday. And on Monday, when I went to the hospital, the doctor said, oh, that's it. You need to have your baby now. It's urgent. And I was literally saying, I have to work. I need to go back. They were like, no, you have to I was even saying my partner is working. No, I can't stay in the hospital. It was a weird reaction from me. So I realized that I was a bit closed-minded. So yes, I had my baby, and then I thought I would be going back to work within 2 months' time. And that didn't happen because they told me to wait. It's not the right time. Restructuring, the business, and then my team got dissolved. I had a team as well, and that was when I was a head of marketing there. So it was quite disappointing, and I was a bit down and a bit depressed. And being at home, I didn't know what to do because I always like to be active, proactive, and learn new things. So I started completing a course, like marketing course. And then what I've done, actually, I wanted to see, okay, maybe not, I have the time, I can do some coding. So I completed a course with Microsoft, to start coding and see maybe my passion is more, because I was doing that with the automations, the email marketing campaigns, all these things. So I was aware of how it works already. So I've done that. And then, I realized that it's not for me. I also managed to write a book in the meantime with positive vibes, because I had to push myself to get out of that, mood somehow. And I didn't want to accept it. Positive Vibes, Powerful Life. Yeah.
Positive Vibes, Powerful
Life.
By Andreea Blagg. I ordered it on Amazon.
Yes, it is on Amazon. But so this was good. And then in the meantime, I managed to find a job as a head of marketing. And then I discovered Samuel Leeds. And this is when everything changed for me. I realized, no, this is exactly where I want to be. And after working, actually I started working at 19 and studying at the same time, after working for 17 years and continuously with having a break of let's say just 1 month in between the jobs. I never had a longer holiday, or I realized that this is life-changing. It has elevated my mindset. So yes, I'm very grateful. So I want to say, thank you to Samuel and all of you. And it's great. I still can't imagine and comprehend this has happened.
Oh, that's so sweet. And honestly, I think that the reason why everybody does it is because of members like you who implement, who take action, who push themselves out of their comfort level. Because if they didn't, then what are we doing, right? So because you take action and we see the action, the results, and that you and then you just keep pushing yourself and becoming more successful and making a ridiculous amount of money. Oh my gosh, honestly. That just keeps pushing the team to continue, right?
Yes, I think it's important to empower each other and help each other. And for me, this has always been my mission. That's why I've been working in sales all of my life. I feel like I discover someone's needs, what they're looking for, what they need, and trying to help as much as I can. And now is the time, because we started making more money and we want to create this, like a food bank. We want to build a hospital. We want to, go to Uganda, to Zimbabwe.
Are you going?
We want to. Well, I'm planning to. I haven't registered yet because we have at the same time there was another event in Dubai, so we're trying to see how we organize everything.
Yeah.
But it's time to give back to community and to help more.
So for anybody who doesn't know what Samuel does, would you want to just tell us a little bit about Uganda, Zimbabwe, what's happening?
Yes, I know that the team always goes there and they're trying to help the unfortunate people, and then to give back so much, because some of them, it depends. I know that he has built a hospital, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I was watching that video, and it made me so emotional. I actually cried when just seeing what's happening in this world, because sometimes we are unaware of that. And then you realize that you can do so much, and also realizing that people, when they reach a certain level, they might not, they will forget where they came from, or they wouldn't give back to the others that need that. And seeing that in Samuel and, his values and the mission and how much he's helping others, that inspires. You want to do the same. And you don't see that with everyone that becomes, multimillionaire or rich, or successful. Sometimes they don't share about these things, or they don't even, because they don't do it. So it's impressive. So that's why I would like to do the same and go.
Do you know why Samuel has invested so much in hospitals and schools in Uganda? Do you know the story?
I know with the accident, he had an
Yes.
accident, but then also for people, he cares a lot about the children,
For
and
sure.
then their financial literacy. And
So I was getting a little bit of a little insider information from my good friends Elliot and Leah, and so they were supposed to go. They didn't go to Uganda, and it was a handful of Academy people. Anna and Russell were there. Academy people meaning Samuel's executive team.
Yes.
And they were white water rafting or something. And I think because something about there were too many people on the boat and they didn't know how it had capsized. And everybody was kind of injured, right? We don't really hear about it. Samuel was in a really bad way. In the hospital, in a really bad way. It was very, very scary for everybody. And then it was really difficult to get proper medical help there, and he couldn't believe that. So when he did finally leave, he paid for the other patients' hospital bills because he was so grateful that they were there, that they were taking care of him. And Sue flew in and took him back to the UK to continue his treatment. So it was a really emotional story, and he doesn't talk a lot about that kind of stuff, but I was really touched by that whole story. Of course. So yes, I'm so glad. Yes, please do participate next year. I plan on joining and being one of the handful of people that get to go and be a part of it. We make a £5,000 donation to Samuel Leeds Foundation. Samuel takes care of everything else, and then we get to witness being part of this philanthropy, this life-changing work that he started, and he's giving us the opportunity to be part of it, which is really an amazing thing for us, right?
It's amazing for us, of course.
So
of
good.
course.
I'm glad you're going to participate in that.
Yes,
too.
I think
That's
more
awesome.
people should do this. We should be
definitely
part of this, and it's really, really good just to help others. And I think once you go there and you see how things are, then you realize also you end up appreciating your life more, maybe, and become more grateful. Some people might not appreciate that enough, and also you'll be able to help more people because you understand what they're going through.
Yeah. So speaking about helping people, you're the inner circle leader for Canary Wharf.
Yes, we are.
Oh, my Lanta. You got this great location in the good hotel right by the water, right by the Thames River. And I had so much fun when I was there.
Thank you. Thank you for coming down.
I loved it. And my good friend Elijah was the spotlight speaker that day and that night, and that was really cool. So what kind of benefits have you received to being an inner circle leader? How has that helped with your brand, with your business?
I think so. I think even with the brand and the business, but what we really like is actually when people at the end of the evening, they would say, "This is amazing. It has been great. I'm so happy to connect with all of you." And everyone feels like because sometimes we see new people coming in and joining, and we have so many guests coming as well. Like they always like participate, and it's really, really good because they feel like, okay, I feel inspired, I feel empowered, I can do this as well. And they're actually enjoying the evening with us. And they say that they learn so much. And yes, then we stay in touch and we connect, and it's really good. And they make these like these strong relationships with the others as well.
Mm-hmm. So just sitting here with you, it feels like it's so easy and fun, and you just apply it and it's easy and it all happens. I mean, is it easy? What kind of, experiences, a negative experience have you encountered, and how has that helped develop you as an entrepreneur?
Yes. So from before, I had some experience in sales and negotiating with people. But definitely this has taught me a lot so far, because you always have to find a solution. There's always something that might not work. You'll have some hiccups. Not everything works as well as you might prefer it to. Negotiating with landlords, with agents, with investors. So that's one thing. And apart from that, actually, I wanted to mention about one situation that happened to us. I never shared this story with anybody.
Oh, dish it, girl.
Okay. So we got this penthouse. It's a duplex apartment in Canary Wharf. So we rented this to use it as a service accommodation. We're very excited. Everything goes great. And we had our guests there. We staged it. Is the one that we staged within 3 days' time before Christmas. And exactly that night, we took the pictures, we launched it, and we had actually guests within a few hours. Like the next day, we had guests booked in for 2 weeks. So that was good. But then what happened is, yes, the situation was that we have invested in that property because we had to pay like 6 months in advance. So it was a little bit. So we had to raise funds for that.
How much did you have to raise?
It was around 24K.
Oh, my Lanta.
Because it was when we started. So we were, we already like, So, so we did that. And then, so what happened is people would prefer to have parties there. And that will because the property was already like, the landlord wouldn't really be happy with that. And that was the main issue. And we kind of lost that in the sense that landlord said, that's it. You can't operate as it was so far. So the only option would be now if you want to move in. So how we do, actually it's funny now, makes me laugh. How we do in our business, like everything that happens, we turn it around and we bring back the positive out of that. Yeah. Which is strange because at that time we were shocked, we were scared. What do? We invested so much money, we raised the funds, we need to give the money back as well. And we decided to move in together. We said that's how Lorraine moved in with me.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Do you have an extra room? How many bedrooms is it?
5 bedrooms.
Okay. Let's get a bunch of women from the academy in there.
Yes. So what we have, it's like we have the planning room. So we have literally this whiteboard there and all the planning, the strategies. And this has helped us a lot to actually build strong foundations for our businesses. Yeah. And we always used to work in the evenings as well. And then, nights and nights. And I think we always say that everything that happens is for a reason. It was meant to be this way. So now we have worked those evenings and together, and we just grew quicker maybe.
Yeah.
So, that's the story.
That's great. Yeah. Okay, so what's in the future for you then? What you're going to start buying assets?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So we were considering 3 properties, but on lease option agreement by the end of the year. And then also the hotel, also to scale the deal selling business, because now we're actually fully systemizing the business, the processes. We're trying to use AI, of course. It's the future. We have to implement that. Yeah. We also have like a little team and some VAs that are helping us with this. So I think it's going really well. So these are the main.
I'm interested in AI. How are you utilizing the AI technology to help improve your business?
Yeah, so there are multiple ways. Like we use various platforms to find the right leads, the right deals as well, and to assess that and the numbers, and to make sure that we make some we take some calculated risks for ourselves as well. And then also for marketing purposes, we're actually testing a few tools now to see how we can use it for the ads and different campaigns, because I've done that before and it's quite exciting. So I think that's good. And yes, it's still work in progress. We are almost there. Maybe 80% of the systemization is done so far.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm a big advocate for AI, and I don't even know like a fraction of what it's capable of. All I know is that it's going to help mankind, right?
Yes.
So we just have to be on the right side of AI. I'm reading Mo Gaudat's book, Scary
Oh,
Smart.
he's really good. Like I love reading as well, actually.
Oh, you should be in the book club.
Yes,
We're doing Atomic Habits.
I
I'm
am.
going to see you there at the end of the month.
I am. I think I registered.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Because I love reading. Like I was reading, some of Samuel's books, which are really good. Like there's so much value, and also sharing his stories, and then that's how you learn really well and well explained. And then also even more recently, I was reading Grant Cardone's books, like Sell or Be Sold. But then the other one was Be Obsessed or Be Average. This one stayed with me because it shows that you have to be so persistent, and even if you want to have a healthy balance in your life, it's very good to continue being like driven and focus on your goals, and no matter what, to become the best version of yourself. And what I realize is, since I joined the academy, I'm focusing more on my well-being, my health, mindset, like everything. And it's really, really good. And if you do that, then you will reach the levels you want.
Yeah, no, that's great. It is awesome. And I love, the more I get to hang out and talk to you, the more I just keep falling in love with you, Andrea. I think you're so sweet. And Samuel was really excited when he saw that I was going to be sitting down with you today. So that's fun too, right?
I was very excited to sit down with you because you have a wonderful personality, and you're so warm and so lovely, and everyone loves you, and it's just the entire community. Like you can't be unhappy around anyone. It's just like so wonderful.
Oh, we just thrive off of each other, right?
Yes.
And I think that's so important. Like I don't know what I would do if I came to this country not with no family or friends, thrown into a whole new. I could not do property if I didn't have the academy. Hands down, I couldn't do it. I would try and fail, and I would be probably really, really upset. So it is wonderful to be in this community, and not only to be in the community, but to also be a part of other people's stories, right?
True. So when did you come here?
I've been here for nearly 5 years.
Wow,
nearly
that's a long
5 years.
time. Okay.
I know, time flies. It's crazy. So I've actually seen the academy develop from, one Zoom a week, and a small team of mentors, no dinners, no inner circles, no deal connect, no rate my deal. I mean, it's night and day now, and I'm just so honored to be part of this organization and to meet people like you. I am curious though. I mean, you're in London. How do you find deals that stack in London to package and sell?
So mainly for the agents. That's how we operate. Sometimes with the landlords, we liaise with the landlords as well, but mainly with the agents. And it's quite good because the properties come at high standard, and then they come furnished sometimes.
But do the numbers stack?
Yes, it depends on the area. It's actually so... They're still central. They're in zone 1. But then it depends on the property. It's very hard to explain. Maybe it depends on the development or the building or the street. But it's working. It's working out really well because the profit from the deals we sell, like for the investor, would be around, let's say, between 1,800 and 2K for a 2-bedroom property per month. Yes.
Come on. And then you manage them?
No, we don't. But some of them...
Do you recommend management companies?
There are a few that are really good. I know even Damien is from the academy, and
Damien's great. Shout out Damien Cheeseman.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's great. And then I know there are a few other people. I know Stephen Rich was managing, and then there's GK Alpha. I think there are a few. There are a few in the
Yeah.
academy actually.
Yeah, because they're all being trained by Samuel, and then they go and they help everybody. That's great. So what kind of advice would you give somebody who's sort of starting off new, no experience, no cash? I mean, what are the first steps?
Okay. So what I would say, first of all, they are in the right community because I have explored other property educators as well, and they don't offer the same. I don't want to say facilities, but like the same type of information, knowledge, support, like everything. It's totally different. I remember there was someone that was trying to convince me to purchase. They were only for the contracts. I had to pay $2,000 just to get information to certain contracts, to get access to that. So it's totally different. And then, or with some of them, you don't get any calls or support. So being in the right community, so following, being in the academy, of course, that's what I would say. And then to take action, like no matter what happens, because it's not easy. It is hard and it comes with a few, hurdles. But as long as you reach out to the others, like I actually encourage every time I meet someone, and if they just start now, I say, please reach out to me, please get in touch, please ask me or anyone you want, to liaise with the mentors as well. Because this is important and it will help them to find a solution quicker rather than just thinking about it. So just to continue being persistent, resilient, driven, to have a set of goals, to also have like short-term goals and long-term goals, because it takes some time to build wealth. Like it's like a lifelong, plan. We can't really rush with that. But I think that's important. As long as you have the right community and support, and maybe to find a partner, how I have my partners now, Lorraine and Gonzalo, like maybe find the right people to work with, that will take you far.
And so I guess networking, getting yourself out there, letting people know,
absolutely.
building relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you mentioned your agents this, agents that. Like it sounds like you are building really strong relationships with agents. You prove yourself, then they trust you, your credibility increases, and then they start handing you deals, which is the ultimate goal for all of us entrepreneurs, to have those relationships with agents. How do you maintain relationships with agents?
So I meet them quite often.
Face to face?
Yes,
Okay.
face to face.
Yeah.
I go to their office, or we meet for, like coffee if they have time, or during the viewing, I'm trying to build like a proper rapport just by being myself and trying to understand what, like how they are as a person, and it's actually good. It's quite easy to connect with them, but you have to keep in touch all the time. So that's one thing. And then I actually had some people telling me like, oh, I'd be interested to come to some of the events that you're going to, and to know more and to learn. And I think we actually have, I don't know if, I think we have a few agents in the academy as well. I don't know if they joined the academy, but people want to learn more and they're quite curious. So that's good.
That's great. Yes. Relationship building is so important. The industry is really small and there's business for everyone. So we don't have to compete with each other. And
True. Now that you say that, something came to my mind. Is once I remember I called this agent, and she told me, she's like, actually, you're the 30th person calling me for a company, in terms of like rent to rent, for company led. And I was so surprised. And she said, the fact that I was a bit more different, like she said, let's meet and we can talk about this, and I can understand more your business model and how you operate. And that was good. I was like, wow, I received I got the chance to meet the person. But I think it's quite competitive now. That's why it's really important to be very resilient, to know how to deal with the rejection, to keep on going, and also to reach out directly to the landlords as well. I think it's
how does one reach out to landlords directly?
So via Open Rent or Gumtree, or I think there were a few other platforms as well. I discovered one, Rentola. This is quite a new platform which can work. Yes, and it's good. You can just speak with the landlord and explain, and they're very open to that, especially if you meet in person and you build that trust and credibility, then yes.
Well, this has been really enlightening. Thank you so much for spending the time and sitting down with us. You've been such a huge asset to the Academy, just a great leader, a great friend to so many people, really supportive. That's why I was so shocked when you told me how successful you were in property already, because you're so quiet and modest about it. So I said, let's shine a light on Andrea, because you shine a light on everybody else. So thank you for spending the time. If anybody wanted to reach out to you on Instagram, what is your Instagram handle?
It's Andrea Blagg. It's exactly my name.
Andrea Blagg. Perfect.
Yes, that's it. And actually, I wanted to say that I couldn't have done any of this without Samuel Leeds, the community, mentors, you, everyone, literally everyone, and also my partners, right, like Lorraine and Gonzalo. And also, I had my family support to start with, because that's how I started with, the loan, and then also my partner support. So thank you.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. So if you wanted to meet Andrea at one of her inner circles, just send her a message on Instagram. She'll send you a guest pass. You do want to surround yourself with strong people like Andrea. They're going to help you through your property journey. And if you liked these kinds of videos, please subscribe, like, comment, share. All of that helps with the algorithm. We do these every Sunday. We sit down with these successful people, and it's just, enlightened my life just being part of it. So I'm really, really grateful. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you. I know it's not easy, but it's, your words are going to inspire so many people, because it's not easy, right? It is hard, but we have each other.
Yes, thank you. I hope so.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.